What's up everybody, welcome to my channel. In this video today, I will be sharing with you exactly how you can apply for your US visa. Whether you're going on the work and travel program, whether you're going on a business trip, or you're simply going on a vacation. I will be showing you the step-by-step process of how you can do it for yourself. So that means you don't need an immigration consultant to apply for a visa for you, which can take you literally 1 hour or less to complete the information. Now when it comes down to applying for a visa, I don't know why a lot of people are scared. They think it's a big complicated thing. Guys, it's really a simple 1, 2, 3 process where you go online and fill out the application. The information that you'll be providing to that visa agent, the information that you'll be providing to the immigration consultants or the travel agency is the same exact information that you'll be keying in on your phone or your laptop. So if you do have the time and you want to save some money, why not apply for it for yourself? You don't really need anyone to do this for you, because guess what? It doesn't matter. They can't influence the decision on your application because it's going to be a one-on-one interview at the embassy. So guys, the process is not complex. It is very simple and you don't need to feel frightened like, hey, this is a scary thing to do. It is not. It's like you're opening a Facebook account. The only thing is that you're going to be required to provide some additional information about like your school and your family and where you're going in the United States. That's all. So as long as you can read and write, you can do this. So with that said, let's head over to my laptop and get started. So guys, to get started, you can Google US visa application, or you can go to travel.state.gov, right? Or for simplicity, just use the link in the description of this video. It will take you to this page here. Now the most common visas are tourism and visit, business, employment, and study and exchange visas. As long as you're a non-immigrant, the application form that you'll use is the DS-160. So if you select tourism, visit, business, employment, or study and exchange, right? Immigrate, it will take you back to the DS-160 form. So the most common one is the tourism and visit. So I'm going to select the tourism and visit. Now let's scroll down. If you select how to apply, it will take you to this page here. So this is just telling you the different types of visas, right? The B1 is for business, B2 is for tourism. So on the DS-160 form, you are going to be selecting the visa type that applies to you. So let's scroll down. Now you want to select this link here that says Form DS-160. Now let's select this. Now before you start the application, it is ideal that you have a passport picture already digitized to upload to your application. Now here, you're going to select your location. So I'm going to select Jamaica. Enter the code shown on the screen. Then once you have entered the code, select Start Application. Now if you have started an application and you did not complete it, you will need to select Retrieve Application. So we're going to select Start an Application. Now I'm not going to read all of these things, but you can read them when you are completing the application. So I'm going to select I agree, because if you don't agree, you won't be able to continue. So let's select agree to make our life simple. Here, you need to keep track of your application ID, because if you did not complete your application or you saved it and you want to continue at a later date and time, then this is the ID that you'll use to retrieve the applications. You want to make sure you save this ID. Now when you scroll down, select your security question. So what is the given name of your mother's mother? I'm going to say Mary for my security answer. So I'm going to select continue. Now here it's capturing all your personal information. So you're going to provide your surname, your given names, which is your first and last name. So for the surname, I'm going to say Gracia, using the exact information because this is just for a demonstration. Juan Miguel, however that is pronounced. Now full name in native alphabet, this would be more like the Hindi type of writing or those Islamic type of writing, right? So in this case you select does not apply. Have you ever used any other names? No, in their case. Do you have a telecode that represents your code? In my case, no. So if you do, then you'll select yes, select your sex. Wait, I said Garcia, right? Let's see what we said up top, Garcia. So Garcia is a female, so I'm going to select female here. So I'm going to select Garcia's marital status as single. For the date of birth, I'm going to say January the 1st, and I'm going to say 1990. Then you specify your city. So you'll specify the closest town near to you. So I'm going to say Spanish Town. For state or province, or in your case if you're a Jamaican, then you'll use the parish. So this will be St. Catherine. Select your region, and I'm going to select Jamaica. Now scroll down, hit the save button, select continue application. Also, instead of hitting the save button, you could have just select next. So I'm going to scroll down again. So I'm going to select next. Here you want to select your nationality. So I'm a Jamaican, so I'm going to select Jamaica. Do you ever hold any other nationality other than what you have previously selected? In my case, no. Are you a permanent resident of another country? In my case, no. Here you can specify your ID number, or if you have a social security number, you can specify it. So I'm going to select does not apply. Do you have a US taxpayer ID? I'm going to select does not apply. So here I'm going to put a makeup number. So I'm going to save this as well. Then select next. On this page, you're going to provide your travel information. Now the first question is purpose of trip to the United States. So select the drop down, and pretty much these are the various types of visa that you can select. So if you're a J1 student, then you'll select exchange visitor J, right? Now from this drop down, if you're applying for a visitor's visa or you're going on a business trip, then you want to select temp business pleasure visitor. You want to select the one that says B. Now here it will ask you to specify, so select drop down. The most common one is B1, B2, so you're applying for your business and tourism visa in one go, literally. So you'll select B1/B2. Have you made any specific travel plans yet? No. However, they will still ask you to specify an intended date of arrival. So it would be a good idea you have an indication of the time when you plan to travel. So I'm going to say the 1st of January 2024. What's your intended stay in the United States? For the intended length of stay in the United States, select which best applies to you. So I'm going to select 3 weeks. Now, keep in mind that when you're in the interview, you may be asked questions related to these things that you place here. So you have to keep track of this information. When do you intend to travel to the United States? You have to remember January 1st, 2024. How long do you intend to stay? 3 weeks, right? So make sure that the information you specify on the DS-160 form is consistent with whatever you're going to say in the interview. Then the next step is to specify an address where you intend to stay in the United States. So I'm going to say 119 Elm Street, City. For the city, I'm going to say Ocean City, right? For the state, Ocean City is in Maryland. So I'm going to say Maryland. So you should have all this information beforehand. So the zip code is not required. I'm not going to research that right now, right? So I'm just going to put a random number there. Now, who will be the person paying for your trip? From your drop down, you can say yourself. For travel information, are there any other person traveling with you? If yes, then you will select yes, right? So in my case, I'm going to say no. Then select next. Have you ever been in the US? No. Have you ever been refused a US visa? No. In your case, if you have been refused a visa, ensure you select yes. Has anyone ever filed a petition on your behalf? No. Then select next to address and phone number. So here, specify your home address. So I'm just gonna say 16 Jump Street, City, Spanish Town. For the state or province, it would be St. Catherine. For the zip code or postal code, select does not apply, or you could just put 5 zeros, right? Select your country or region. Then from the drop down, you select your country. So in this case, it will be Jamaica for me. Is your mailing address the same as your home address? Yes. If not, then you select no and then specify that information. Now here you need to specify a phone number. So I'm going to just give a random number here. I'm going to select does not apply for the other two options. Have you ever used any other phone in the last 5 years? No. Now in this section you need to provide an email address. Now if you do not have an email address, you can easily go to Gmail, right, and select create an account and you will have a Gmail account. Or you can go to Yahoo and create an email address. So I'm going to scroll down. Have you used any other email address in the last 5 years? For simplicity, I'm going to select no. So let's scroll down. Do you have any social media presence? If you do, why not just select yes? So I'm going to say Facebook and I'm going to say Garcia. Do you wish to provide information about your presence on any other website or applications you have used within the last 5 years? I'm going to say no, but if you do, ensure you specify the information because there is no harm being done with you providing the information. So we're going to go to the passport section. From the drop down selection, you can select your passport type, which is regular in this case. So I'm going to look for a random passport number. So here I have a random number. I'm just going to grab this number and paste it here. So for the passport book number, I'm going to select does not apply. Now here, country that issued the passport or travel document is Jamaica, right? And it was, say, Kingston. For the state or province again, it will be Kingston. Now for the issue date, I hope I remember these numbers. I'm going to select the 10th, although for now it's not required, right? And I'm going to say 2020, right? And for the expiry date, I'm going to say it's going to expire on the 9th, one day before, January the 10th, on January, and it will be 2030, right? So scroll down. Have you ever lost a passport or had one stolen? In my case, no. So in your case, if you had one lost, ensure you select yes. So you have to be honest about your application, right? So I'm going to select next to contact. Now, if you're just looking to travel to a hotel and you don't have anyone in the United States, then you won't have a contact person, right? So what you can do, instead of specifying a contact person, you specify an organization. So for example, you could say Hilton Hotel. Now for the relationship to you, then you'll select other, right? And then you'll need to provide an address or point of contact. So for the contact person, I'm going to say James Brown. My bad, I need to specify the last name only, and given names is James. Now for the relationship, I'm just going to say relative, right? And I'm going to be selecting the same address that I selected before, which was the 119 Elm Street. Then scroll down. For the email address, if they do have an email address, you can specify it. However, if you don't know, you just simply select does not apply. Now for the phone number, you need to specify a phone number. So for the phone number, I'm going to specify a random phone number. Then select next to family. I'm going to save the application here. So now you need to specify your father's full name and date of birth, your mother's full name and date of birth, right? And do you have any immediate relatives in the United States, not including parent? Then you can say yes or no, whichever applies to you. So here I'm going to grab the last name as Garcia, right? For the given names, I'm just going to select Miguel. His date of birth, January 1st, and I'm going to select 1980. Do not know, but if you do know your father's name, make sure you select the right thing. Now, is your father in the United States? For me, no. Take your mother's full name, right? So I'm going to give her a nickname of Jane. And for the given names, Juanita. And for the date of birth, I don't know. Is your mother in the USA, right? I'm going to select no. In your case, again, if your mother is in the US, you're going to select yes. Make sure the information you specify is accurate. Remember, I'm just giving you a tutorial of how to complete the application. Do you have any immediate relatives not including parents in the United States? I'm going to say no. Do you have any other relatives in the United States? I'm going to say no because I don't have any, right? Then select next. On this page, you need to provide your present work, education, or training information. So from the drop down, I'm going to select business. So here, specify your present employer or school name. So I'm going to say Johnny's Pizza. Then you ensure that you specify the address of the business, right? So I'm going to say it does not apply. For the phone number, specify the phone number for the business. Again, random data, guys. Specify when you start working there. So I'm going to say I start working there January 2016. Monthly income in local currency, right? So I'm going to say 200,000. So briefly describe your duties. I'm going to just say bake pizza. And then you proceed to work on education. Were you previously employed? No. Have you attended any educational institution at a secondary level or above? If you select yes, then it will ask you to provide that information, right? So you put the institution name, the address, your start date, and your end date. Now I'm going to select no to avoid all of that information. But in your case, if you do have it, then you specify. So I'm going to select next again. Do you belong to a tribe or clan? No. Provide a list of languages that you speak. I only speak English, so that's what I'm going to put. Have you traveled to any countries or regions within the last 5 years? No. Have you belonged to, contributed to, or worked for any professional, social, or charitable organization? Nope. Do you have any specialized skills or training, such as firearms, explosive, nuclear, biological, or chemical experience? Nope. Have you ever served in the military? Nope. Scroll down. Have you ever served in, been a member of, or been involved with a paramilitary unit, vigilante unit, rebel group, guerrilla group, or insurgent organization? Nope. Then select next to security and background. And we're almost at the end of the application, guys. Now on this page you need to provide security and background information. So make sure you complete it with accurate information. Take your time, read all the questions, and ensure you answer them correctly. However, the answer is pretty much no for all of them in most cases, right? So I'm going to select next, then select next. So all of these are pretty much no as well, right? Again, take your time to read the questions to get familiar with them. So I'm going to select next again. So I'm going to select nope. And once you select all the relevant answers, then select next. On security and background part 4, we only have 2 questions. So I'm going to select no for each and then select next. So I'm going to select no for these as well. And then select next to go to photo. Here you need to upload the passport size picture for your application. So I'm going to Google to see if I can find a decent sample passport size picture. So I'm going to use this guy's picture here. Select save, then go back to the main tab, choose file. From desktop, I'm going to upload. I hope this works. Once you have selected your photo, select upload selected photo. So it says exceeds the maximum size, so I'm going to try this one here. Open. I'm going to select next again. Now this one works. So I'm going to select continue using this photo. Now on this page you need to just pretty much confirm that you're fine with the photo. So I'm going to select review. And this is a summary of all the information that you provided. Make sure everything is accurate. If you're not sure about a section, you can always hit edit and then change that information. I'm going to select save here, right? And then select continue application. And then here select next to travel. And we'll just take you through all of the information that is on your application, right? So I'm going to select next again, select next. And make sure you take the time to review your information, guys, right? You can also print the application by selecting the print button here. So when you select print, you can print it to a PDF and save it on your computer. So you'd have to do this for each section. So I'm going to select cancel, then select next. And then here, all you need to do now is to sign and submit your application. Did anyone assist you with filling out this application? No. So now you need to e-sign the application. So specify your passport number and then enter the code shown on the screen. Once you have entered your code, select sign and submit application. Once you've entered the code shown on the screen, select sign and submit application. So here it's simply saying you have successfully signed and submitted your application. You cannot make any changes to the application at this point. Please click next. Please click next confirmation button. That's this right here to complete the application process. So I'm going to select next confirmation. Now this page here is a very important piece of sheet. You want to print this sheet, and this is a sheet that you take to your interview. So to ensure that you have this confirmation page, you can email a copy to yourself by selecting email, specify the email address, and then select email confirmation. Let's go back, right? Or select print confirmation, and then when you select print, it's going to ask you to save it to a location on your computer, and then you can print it anytime you want, right? Now the next step is to schedule an appointment. So I'll be doing a next video on how to schedule your appointment. The link to that video will be in the description of this video.